Smash Brothers Ultimate is finally out. It's in our hands. It's a crazy world. So if you can't tell, I'm pretty excited because we have all been playing Super Smash Bros. Ultimate for the Nintendo Switch, this beautiful bad boy right here. We've been playing it for days, for hours, non-stop. It is so exciting, man. Just a year ago, we didn't even know if or when we'd even see a new Smash Bros. Game on the Nintendo Switch, and a lot of us thought that if we did, it was just going to be a port of Smash for Wii U and 3DS, which, while that wouldn't have been the worst thing in the world, and in fact in some ways would have been pretty cool to have all of those stages thrown onto one console experience, I don't think any of us truly wanted that. We all dreamed of an actual brand new Super Smash Bros., and Nintendo had that ready to go, locked and loaded. They were going to blow our minds with that March Direct when they said, oh, here you go, by the way, a new Super Smash Bros. Coming later this year. It was so freaking cool, man. What a great surprise, and there has been so much information dumped on us about this game leading up to the release, from E3 to Nintendo Direct to Nintendo Direct to Nintendo Direct, and then here we go. The game is finally out. And of course, I have been playing it since it released on Friday. I didn't get to start it until late on Friday because of work and other responsibilities. But luckily, I'm on a 3-day weekend. I had a little bit of stuff to take care of on Saturday morning, but overall, I've had a good non-stop 48 hours or so with this game. And I'm really excited to talk about it because I love Smash. I really do love Smash, but don't get me wrong, I suck at Smash Brothers. I've always sucked at Smash Brothers. Luckily, I don't play to the point where I feel I have to be good to enjoy it, or I have to talk to everyone else about how great I am and how terrible they are. I do enjoy watching Smack Talk online. It's a lot of fun, actually. And I also love seeing people who are, like, insanely, like, inhumanly good at the game. That always is impressive to me. I'm just an average to sucky player at best, but I always have fun playing it. I go way back to the first game on the 64. I was 18 going on 19 when that game came out in 1999, and I loved it. And I thought Melee was amazing. I really like Brawl. I know some people are kind of down on Brawl because it is a slower playing game. And while that's true, I don't think that made it a bad game. I still think it was a great Smash Brothers game, a great fighting game. And Wii U, again, the Wii U and 3DS was so good. The 3DS version does not get enough love. That was a great game to run on the 3DS hardware the way it did. Wii U, of course, was absolutely fantastic. And now, Smash Bros. Ultimate is a lot of fun. So I kind of wanted to just talk a little bit about my feelings. So again, try not to laugh at my terrible gameplay. I do not claim, as I was just saying, to be very good at Smash Brothers. So whatever footage you're going to watch of me playing here, it might be really, really terrible, and that's just because I'm not that good. So one thing I do want to say before I even get deeper into my feelings about the game is, full disclosure, even though it's been almost 48 hours since the game came out, I haven't had a chance to play every mode. In fact, I haven't even gone online yet. And that's because I set a very specific goal for myself before going online, is I want to have all of the Metroid characters unlocked. And I'm almost there. I'm still waiting on Ridley. I was really hoping to have him unlocked by the time I captured some footage and made this video, but I've yet to come across him, unfortunately, at least as far as an unlockable character. In the classic mode, I fought him a few times, but I haven't actually fought him as an unlockable, and so, but of course I have Samus. I unlocked Dark Samus last night, and I unlocked Zero Suit Samus this morning, so that is fantastic. I am loving Dark Samus, but I still want that Ridley before I go online, so I haven't had a chance to do that in some of the side modes. I've relied on, like, the one-on-one smashes, and the classic mode, and the 3-on-3 and stuff. So I haven't explored this game to its depths, and I have not lost online pathetically just yet. What I more wanted to talk about is just the look and feel and pace of the game, the controls, and just what it's like to have this new humongous Smash Brothers. And so what I'll say, while it's technically too early for me to say this because, what I was just saying, I still haven't even played every mode or been online with this game yet. I haven't even tried World of Light. That's how far behind I am. So I don't want to say that I know it's my favorite Smash Brothers game, but I'm pretty sure, you guys, that it's my favorite Smash Brothers game. And it's less about the content and how deep the World of Light is and how good the online connection is or how bad it might be and all this stuff. To me, it's just about how it feels. I think that's the thing with Smash Brothers games. Yes, some of the content and some of the modes can help kind of color your opinion, such as Subspace Emissary, which I loved, Smash Run on 3DS, which I loved, Smash Tour on Wii U, which I hated, those things can certainly affect your overall opinion of the game. But the great thing about Smash is it's kind of less about that usually, at least for me, and just more about how it feels, what the combat is like, what the pace of combat is, which again goes back to Brawl, because some people felt that that had a slow pace and that hindered their enjoyment of the game. And while I still like the game, it's definitely lower on my list of Smash Brothers games, and that is one of the reasons why, for sure. It doesn't feel as fast-paced and frenetic and responsive control-wise as some of the other best games like Melee and Wii U and now Ultimate. But Ultimate, man, it just has something special going for it, you know. I'll admit that I'm out of touch with Melee. The last time I played Melee was probably like 6 or 7 years ago, maybe even longer at this point. It is a great game. I would never take anything away. It's definitely one of the best Smash Brothers games. But the way Smash Ultimate feels, man, you can just tell that they've been improving the formula with every go. I thought the Wii U Smash Brothers, this game, was so underrated. Even though a lot of people liked it and it sold well for the console it was on, the problem is because the Wii U was such a failure and wasn't a very big hit, a lot of people slept on how truly good that game was. That is one of the best feeling Smash Brothers games around, and Ultimate, I think I can confidently say, absolutely improves on even that. I mean, yes, I haven't been online and done these other modes, but just playing the regular matches versus the CPU and playing through that classic mode, I can't stress to you how much that classic mode really puts in perspective how well this game plays. It's impressive what they've done. And what's cool about the classic mode too, for anyone who maybe hasn't done this yet, what I really love about this classic mode, and this cannot be understated, and I am somebody who likes the classic modes. Maybe some people don't really care for those, but I always love going through those in every Smash Brothers game. And on this one, for the first time ever, they've tailored the battles and the stages and the people that you fight against to the character that you've chosen to go through that mode with at that time. And that to me is so fun, so special. It's also not incredibly long, because it would have been disappointing if it was maybe too long. Like Wii U's classic mode was, personally, I thought it was just a couple of matches too long. This one strikes the right balance. It's like 4 or 5, I think it's 5 matches and then a final match. And then the final match is another cool thing, because the final match is also tailored to the experience of the character that you select, you guys. And so when you play as a character from The Legend of Zelda, like any of the Links, for example, you fight Ganondorf, but Ganondorf then turns into the final huge pig horn Ganondorf from the end of Ocarina of Time, and you have to fight him as basically a final boss in a specific way. You have to hit his tail when he leaves it exposed, and it feels like an action game boss battle and not just a final fight in a fighting game. There's also Kirby-specific final bosses. There's sometimes fighting 2 Master Hands, like Master and Crazy Hand, with a teammate. I did it as Ryu, and when I fought the Master and Crazy Hand at the end, Ken was joining in as a teammate. And it was like, I just love that they're doing that stuff, man. And so, because they give you so many unique and weird ways to play through classic modes, and sometimes you fight a big enemy who gets smaller as you do damage, weird stuff like that, what's great is it really kind of opens up the doors for combat, and it shows you the breadth of what the combat feels like for whatever character you're playing as. And because they also change the battles and the arena is tailor-made for the person you chose, that makes it even better, because it really kind of creates this full open palette of testing everything that your character can do and what the controls really feel like. And I don't know, for me, as again, I don't want to say I'm a casual Smash player, because I've played every game in depth, but for somebody who's just not very good, I'll say, I find it to be something really cool and really special, and it definitely helped show me how freaking amazing this game plays. Now, I do want to talk about something that's a little bit controversial that I personally love, but I know that maybe some people don't, or they find it frustrating and aggravating, which includes my younger brother, who him and I were texting on launch day, and he was very, very upset about this, which disappointed me, but I see where he and other people are coming from. Let's talk about unlocking characters, because, you know, we all know, it's well documented, this has the biggest roster ever. It's like 75, 78 characters or something absolutely astronomically insane, which is so incredible to me. And also the fact that they start you with the original N64 roster, the original 8 characters that you played as, that you had available in 1999 for the Nintendo 64 Smash Brothers game. And I think that is absolutely amazing. The unlocking of stuff in a Smash Brothers game is part of the fun and part of the excitement and the reward of spending your time going through this game, exploring the different modes, getting better and better, defeating tough enemies. and doing special challenges, that stuff nets you new characters. And every time a new character enters the fray, it is so exciting, and you feel like you have the ultimate reward because you've now permanently gained access to this really cool fighter. And of course, as an older man, I have a nostalgic appreciation for starting with the original N64 characters. I think that was a cool little fun sort of Easter egg for the older guys and girls out there like me. Like, to me, it's like, hey, it's like I'm playing N64, but then my roster has gotten bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger as I've started to unlock characters. I'm probably somewhere in the realm of like 30 to 40 at this point, so maybe around halfway there. Still a lot to go. Like I said, I'm still searching for Ridley, man. I really want to get Ridley in this darn game already. But some people feel, and again, my younger brother's one of them, feel that it's a little bit too much to ask to unlock so many characters, to have so few to start with, and it's even more offensive to some of these people in a game with so many fighters. And I get it, because they literally they give you both extremes to deal with. One extreme is the most fighters ever. The other extreme is starting with the least amount ever. So you have the widest gap between starting and final roster we've ever had. And so it becomes pretty daunting to look at that full roster and think, oh my god, I have to find and unlock 70 freaking characters. Like, that's insane. And it is insane. And to a degree, I sort of understand it, because even I was like, man, I do wish I had some more characters to start with. You know, I did understand, and it was a little bit intimidating thinking I have to find 70 freaking people and beat them in a fight and unlock them. But personally, I just feel like the risk-reward system of Smash Brothers is part of the fun, and the fact that Nintendo's asking you to play the game to access some of the coolest and most exciting content, to me, is the Nintendo difference, and that's what makes it, and it's the Smash Brothers difference, and that's what makes it exciting. You know, we live in a world where everything is microtransactions and loot boxes and pay to win and free to play and all this stupid stuff, and just very unbalanced, and most developers are making games not even caring if you're actually playing them or having fun, just thinking about eking that next dollar out of you or tainting the experience with bad practices. And Nintendo, as we all know, there's obviously some business mistakes they make for sure, but I think one of the ones that they've never made is making fun games, good games, games full of content, and games that require you to play them to enjoy them because they know they've made a fun game to play. And this is just the best example of like, hey, there's so much content in this game, here you go, have fun, and the more you play and enjoy, the more you're gonna get back. The more you put in, the more you get back. We'll keep giving to you for free, as in, not for free, but for no extra money. We'll keep giving to you just for playing, because we want you to play our game and have fun, and we want to reward you. And I love it because we're all kind of comparing our collection of Smash characters as we're increasing our roster, because we're all unlocking characters at different times, in different ways, in different orders and paces, and that's so much fun to me. Yes, there is a little bit of a glitch or a hack, a way around it by, you know, doing a one-on-one fight, unlocking a character, closing out Smash and relaunching it and doing that over and over again. And that's cool that that exists. I've done that for a few, but I think I've probably unlocked more characters just by going through Classic Mode. Every time you go through Classic Mode with a new character, you will fight a new fighter at the end of that. You just absolutely will. And I've probably done about half and half, because I like going through that and earning it that way as opposed to the cheat way. Sometimes I get a little tired and it's like, I'll just do the cheat way and try to find Ridley, because I do want to go online. But like I said, I'm not doing it until I find Ridley. Then I'm going to go online, take a break from unlocking fighters and do some online matches, and also do World of Light and unlock characters that way. Also, what I enjoy about my slow approach to trying all the modes is I still have, even 2 days later, I still have World of Light to try. And I know some people are kind of down on it, but it seems like most people have really enjoyed it. I don't think it's very long. I'm really excited to play that and see the whole Kirby story of him saving everybody and doing that whole thing. And so that's something I can still look forward to once I've unlocked Ridley, unlocked more characters, got some online matches, and had my ass handed to me by better people all around the world. And then I can still go through World of Light sometime this week, and I just am really excited. So, you know, that's kind of, I think, the extent of my thoughts so far. I still have so much to explore in this game, but based on fighting mechanics and visuals alone, it's my favorite Smash. Not to mention the roster. I got Dark Samus in this game. I love that I'm playing as Dark Samus, you guys. This was a dream I had for so long, since back in the Brawl days, and I never thought it would happen. And here we are. Dark Samus, Ridley, so many other characters. I got me some Simon and Richter Belmont. It's really exciting, and it's super cool. And Smash Ultimate is exactly that. The ultimate Smash, the ultimate fighting game. And man, it might be my second favorite game on the Switch, man. I mean, behind Breath of the Wild, which I don't think any game other than Metroid Prime 4 is going to pass, I think Smash is that good, man. I think it's better than Mario Odyssey. I think it's better than Octopath Traveler and so many of these other great games. Splatoon 2, Xenoblade. I am loving Smash Ultimate. So those are my feelings so far as somebody who sucks at Smash and who's only dabbled in a handful of the modes. That's how I feel about the gameplay and the presentation so far. I am loving it. Give me that Smash Brothers, man. I'm addicted. And so what do you guys think? Do you love it as much as I do? Do you think it's just okay? Do you think it's bad? Do you think it's great? How do you think it compares to previous games? What do you think about the unlocking of characters in this game? How do you feel about that and the fact that some people think it's too much? I happen to think that it's totally fine and I'm enjoying it. I want to hear your guys' experience and what you think about it. So that is going to be it for me today. It's time for me to get back to some Super Smash Brothers. Tell me what you guys think. Thanks, of course, as always, for tuning in, guys. This is Rob of Ro2R, and I'll catch you next time on another video.